And now it's time for a Mega Times Now exclusive. A crucial document has now emerged at the center of the political battle over Sovandev Chattopadhyay's push for the leader of opposition post. Remember, he was the candidate who was backed by Mamata Banerjee and her camp as the LOP. However, that did not happen. The resolution book, however, which is now accessed on Times Now, which allegedly recorded support of MLAs for Sovandev, is now being examined after questions were raised over the signatures which appeared on it. In fact, Times Now is the only channel to have accessed this resolution copy. This is a handwritten note that we can get for you. This is the diary that the CID is basing its entire probe upon in the fake signature case. And this is the diary that we are going to show you today. Exactly which names are fake, which are the real names. Well, the CID is probing all of that even as we speak. But we are the only ones who have access to these diary pages with the names of MLAs. They have their constituency numbers as well as the signatures on it. And this is what really sparked off that entire rebellion, the mutiny which began against Mamata Banerjee first from the MLAs and then spread to the MPs as well. Well, Times Now has managed to access the images of the document that has triggered off this entire controversy, the making of the mutiny, as many people are calling it. The pages that you can see on the screens now show a series of entries and signatures. But the bigger question now is whether every signature on this list, whether it is genuine or not. Well, the CID, even as we speak, is probing the allegations and has started the process of verifying the disputed signatures. A resolution book is what Times Now has managed to access, a leadership battle and the signatures. In fact, what really happened behind the scene, the 70 signatures which are there in this diary, we are going to break it down for you in detail over the next few minutes. So first, we are going to start with what really does the diary pages show. Well, these are the diary pages that we were showing for you. We are going to split it with the visuals of the diary itself. They are handwritten entries which were dated 6th of May 2026. 6th of May 2026 was the handwritten diary, and there were 70 MLA names and signatures which were visible in this diary. We are going to go back to the shots of the diary so that you'll be able to see. There you have it on your screens, the diary pages. There are about 70 of them that we have managed to access in the pictures that we are getting for you. These are copies of the diary books. Assembly numbers were written next to the names. You have the names here, then you have the assembly and their numbers. You can see a number scribbled right next to that. This is the assembly number. And then you have their signatures. That is the format that they have followed for 70 such entries which are there in this diary we are getting for you right here on Times Now. Well, this as per the diary which has already been seized by the CID as it continues with its probe. So according to the disputed diary entries, these are the names that appear in the resolution book. The ones which are very, very clear, we are getting you the name. This name, for example, you have Subhashish Das, which is a very clear one. You can see his name written there next to the constituency number, also 166 with a sign. The next one that we have, we are going to read out a couple of names that we can from here. One is Chandra Nath Sinha. That's the second name that you can see. His name was in fact listed along with a signature as well. And it says Canning Purba 189. So you have the constituency as well written. You have, this is Muhammad Badrul Islam, whose signature as well as his constituency is there. Nayana Bandopadhyay's name and signature also appears in this, along with others such as Samar Mukherjee, as well as, for example, you can see Muhammad Tausifur Rahman, Tapas Maiti. All of these names are coming in. Arup Roy. Arup Roy's name is also there in this entire list. We've highlighted it for you along with the constituency names here. So these are the lists that we are getting for you as per the diary which has been accessed by Times now probed by the CID. But the controversy around this diary does not just end with the names appearing on the pages. In fact, 3 of the TMC MLAs, and this is where the twist in the tale comes in, 3 MLAs whose signatures are in this diary, 3 out of the 70 of them have openly come out and said that it's not their signature. Remember, these were signs which were taken by the Mamata Banerjee camp to make Sovandev the LOP of the Bengal Assembly. 80 MLAs is what Mamata Banerjee had because she won 80 seats at that time. But before we take you through their claims, let us tell you who are these 3 MLAs who are now saying they never signed this at all. The first name which has been denied is that of Arup Roy. Arup Roy say that I never signed this in the first place. Then you also have Mohammad Baharul Islam, who said that he's never signed it, along with Subhashish Das. They are all the 3 people who've openly come out and said that we haven't signed. But what we are picking up from our sources in CID is not just 3, there are many other signatures as well, 15 to 20 of them, that they are going to be looking into if the signatures have been made or not. Now let's move on. What the rebels claim. The claim of the rebel camp is that there was no document which was signed by these rebels, that all of this was actually forged. They are saying that the signatures which they see next to their names have been forged. They never signed it, that it is a false majority which was created to snatch the LOP post by the Mamata Banerjee, and more than that, Abhishek Banerjee's camp. So let me go across to Sabya Sachi, who's joining us with all the details. Sabya, you're the one who's managed to access the diary entry for us. You must explain to us the significance of it all. We all know the political rhetoric which is happening, but for the first time on television, we actually have the proof in black and white. Tell us what it says.
Resolution book which the CID has been looking for a very long time. They have questioned Abhishek Banerjee. They have questioned Kunal Ghosh. Told the CID officials that he doesn't know about the resolution book. Now on Sunday, when the CID official reached the residence of Shobhandev Chattopadhyay, who Mamata Banerjee proposed to be the leader of opposition from the Trinamool Congress side. Now from his residence, the CID have collected the resolution book. Now the sources tell us that Shobhandev Chatterjee or Chattopadhyay have told the investigators that this is the real resolution book of the Trinamool Congress. Now the resolution book is very important as far as the party, as far as organization is concerned, because whenever if you choose a party leader or when you choose office bearers, you have to put your name, signature in this particular book. Now the CID says that this is extremely important evidence, and after collecting it, they have immediately sent it for verification and examination to the forensic department. Meanwhile, the CID also have collected the statement of 13 to 14 legislators picking from sources, and the CID already have collected their signatures. Now with the resolution book in their hand and with the legislation, with the resolution book handed over to the forensic, now they can match the signatures of the legislators with the resolution book, whether the signatures have been forged or not. But this was the reason why we have seen that Ritubroto Banerjee as well as Shondipon Chaha have broken with Mamata Banerjee. They form a separate faction with 58 legislators on his side, and this was the main reason, because this was the reason why they have written to Chief Minister Suvendu Adhikari as well as the Assembly Secretariat that their signatures have been forged, and this needs investigation. So after the matter reached to the Assembly Secretariat, he handed over the case to the CID. In fact, it is very important to note for our viewers that when the letter was given from Shobhandev Chattopadhyay to the Assembly Secretariat, at that particular time also he felt that something was wrong, because the signatures that the legislators have put on record at the time when they were taking oath, those signatures did not match with the signatures on the resolution book. So the Trinamool Congress have been denying all these allegations, but as far as the investigation is concerned, this is a massive breakthrough for the CID.
In fact, do stay on with us. Let's explain and give more context to what we are discussing here, Sabya, and also exactly why this is so very important, politically speaking as well. In fact, we are going to now explain to you the entire sequence which has happened for all our viewers. Now, the TMC, remember, claims the support for Shobhandev as LOP. And by the TMC, I'm talking about Mamata Banerjee at the time. MLA names as well as signatures were recorded in the diary that you can see on your screens. Rebel MLAs later questioned the document. 3 of these rebel MLAs, as I was telling you, flagged, said that this was forged. We never signed it, as even Sabya is telling us about. Then the rebels said that the signatures were altered and they were not genuine at all. alleged forgery case was then registered against whoever had concocted these signatures on the resolution. CID is, even as we speak, probing it. They are quizzing Sovan Dev book copy which has been accessed, and this is going to be very, very critical. So what exactly is the investigators really looking? In fact, when was this resolution signed? Who signed it? Those are some of the important questions which they are looking at. First question, for example, was when was the resolution signed? Who really signed the resolution? Are all of these signatures genuine or not? The signatures we are getting for you. Was this document prepared correctly as per the due diligence, and was there any manipulation which had happened? These are very critical questions. Every one of these questions which are being asked by the CID right now. So let me go across to Sabya. Sabya, you must explain to us which one of these answers is there with the CID right now. Are we in a position to know if there was forgery, who forged it?
Well, it was, if you look at the resolution, the copy of the resolution book, the first name itself, Subhashish Das. Now, Subhashish Das is one of the 3 legislators who have gone to the court and have said that their signatures were forged. The number 1 is Subhashish Das, the second number is Warul Islam, and the third will be Arup Roy. Now, Arup Roy name is also mentioned in the copy of the resolution book. Now, they have openly claimed to the court that their signatures were forged, and they have put across their original signatures to the court as well. Now, it is very important to note, because the CID has been continuously looking for the resolution book. They have questioned Abhishek Banerjee, they have questioned Kunal Ghosh, they have questioned other legislators of the Trinamool Congress, and one question that was common is where was the resolution book. Now, yesterday on Sunday, they carried out a search operation at the residence of Sovan Dev Chattopadhyay. From there, they found out the copy of the resolution book. Now, Sovan Dev himself have told the investigators what we have learned from the sources, that this is the real resolution book. Now, the questions that in front of this CID right now is whether this resolution book is genuine or not. If it is genuine, then it's a big advantage for the CID. Now, they have already collected the sample signatures of the legislators. They have recorded statement of 13 to 14 legislators. Their names have not been disclosed by the CID. So immediately after getting the resolution book yesterday itself, they have sent it for forensic, and soon the report will come out that how many signatures have been forged in this resolution book. So if the signatures are found out that they are forged, then the trouble is going to increase for the Trinamool Congress.
Well, keep tracking the developments. Thank you so much for getting us all the details of that, and also the diary entries, never seen before diary entries of what was recovered by the CID on Sovan Dev. Thank you so much, Sabya, for getting us this exclusive. But with that, we are going to be moving on in the bulletin and tell you how sources are suggesting that as many as 58 MLAs could potentially be ditching Mamata Banerjee and break away from the TMC. If that happens, the political equations in West Bengal are already witnessing a dramatic shift. If we break down the numbers there for you, for 2/3 majority, of course, we are going to tell you about what the scenario 1 is. If 58 TMC MLAs split, they will evade the anti-defection law. The scenario 2 is if there are less than 2/3 of the majority and there are only less than 53 MLAs who split. Now, this would invite a disqualification, which is going to happen in case they don't have it. So, which is why it's so very critical as to who really signed it and who didn't. How many MLAs does Mamata have? CID is currently looking into the forgery case. Well, with that, we are going to be wrapping up, setting the agenda. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, 12 noon, right here on Times Now.